Cox 8 Sports is proud to bring you local high school football. Tonight, the Bishop Cardinals take on the Carpinteria Warriors in the 68th annual Little Big Game here at Carpinteria Valley Memorial Stadium on the campus of Carpinteria High School. Tonight's game is brought to you by Montecito Bank and Trust, Paths to Prosperity. Also brought to you by Milpas Rental, Keller Facial Plastic Surgery, Dan Ensel Luxury Real Estate, and Presto Pasta. And hi again, everybody. John Martini with you. Welcome to Carpinteria Valley Memorial Stadium for tonight's 68th Little Big Game between the visiting Bishop Diego Cardinals and the host Carpinteria Warriors. It should be an outstanding game and a great way to kick off our 21st season, bringing you high school football here on award-winning Cox 8. It's the Tri-Valley League opener between both schools, and it's a battle of top 10 teams in the CIF Northwest Division. The visiting Bishop Diego Cardinals come in undefeated at 5-0, ranked number 2 in the Northwest Division, while Carpinteria, after starting the season 0-2, has reeled off 4 straight wins, and the Warriors come in tonight 4-2 overall, ranked 7th in the CIF Northwest Division. We'll start with the visiting Cardinals first, and head coach Tom Crawford in his 13th season at the helm of the Cardinals. The Bishop Diego team, under his guidance, have won 16 of their last 18 games dating back to last year, and Bishop has been blowing teams out by halftime. Last week, however, a game Santa Fe Christian School put Bishop behind for the first time all season before Jack Gregson of Bishop Diego got the winning touchdown, a 16-yard sweep with 41 seconds to play, and the Cardinals' perfect season continued. 13-8 was the final score. We'll start with the talented senior tailback, Jack Gregson. All he has done in just 3 games this year is average an eye-popping 13 yards per carry, over 150 yards per game. Gregson, who missed 2 games due to a partially torn MCL in his right knee, has still rushed for 454 yards and 7 touchdowns. The 2 games he missed, well, they had an able-bodied running back named Abel Gonzalez. The talented sophomore has rushed for 459 yards to lead Bishop in that category, and he also has 7 rushing touchdowns. They are the focal points of a Cardinal attack that's averaging over 330 yards on the ground per game this year. Cardinals are just chewing up opponents on the offensive side of the ball. Jack of all trades for Bishop Diego, it's got to be the guy they call AC, Anthony Carter, number 1 in your program. He can do it all. He'll play quarterback with Gabe Molina tonight. He's the 3rd leading rusher on the Cardinal team with 319 yards. He can catch a pass, and he can kick as a punter as well. So we'll see what Bishop does tonight here in Carpinteria. The Warriors come in 4-2 on the season. They've played a very difficult schedule, but they've reeled off 4 straight victories for head coach Ben Halleck, who is in his 2nd go-around here at Carpinteria, his 4th season in his 2nd stint, 11th year overall at Carpinteria, and his 19th year as a head coach. The Warriors have been a little bit opposite of Bishop. They've had close games at halftime and then pulled away in the second half. The only exception was last week. Carpinteria had their biggest halftime lead of the year last week against Fillmore at Carpinteria. They led 21-0 at the half and shut out the Flashes 27-0 to get their 4th straight win. Both teams come in red hot. Carpinteria, well, you heard about the folk singers in the 60s called Peter, Paul, and Mary. Well, a slight variation for the Warriors in their backfield. Would you believe Peter, Paul, and Ian? Peter Ramos, their leading rusher with 262 yards, has 7 touchdowns to his credit. Paul Cortez, the senior running back, also with 262 yards. He has 3 rushing touchdowns. And the big guy behind center, Ian Craddock, 2nd-year starter at quarterback for Carpinteria. He's one of the biggest, strongest, toughest quarterbacks that they have had in years. His size is phenomenal. He's thrown for 638 yards and 7 touchdowns. So Carpinteria averaging over 34 points a game. Bishop Diego over 43 points a game. You would figure it would be high scoring, but the defenses have played well all year also. Bishop, through 5 games, has allowed only 9 points per game. Carpinteria gave up 49 in their season opener, but their next 5 games, they're allowing 9 points a game as well. So high-scoring offenses, stingy defenses, something's got to give tonight here in the 68th meeting between these two schools. Who will be the stars tonight? There's talent on both sides, and we'll find out. Award-winning high school football is coming up next. The Cardinals in Carpinteria tonight for the 68th edition, and we've got it coming to you next right here on award-winning Cox 8.
Backbeat, a show highlighting people that make a difference using music in our very own community.
John Martney with Jeff Zamora here at Carpinteria Valley Memorial Stadium, the 68th Little Big Game. And the captains are on the field for both teams. Bishop, you see them there on the right, the visitors wearing their white jerseys. Carpinteria dressed in all red as we welcome Jeff Zamora into the broadcast booth for tonight's game. And Jeff, it's great to see you. Great to be working again with you this year on award-winning Cox 8. First question would be, are you ready for some football here tonight?
Definitely ready for some football, John. Another Friday night under the lights. What a great way to start the season, the Little Big Game. Not typically the way we do it, but hey, what a great way to start off the year.
Indeed. We're not tiptoeing into this season. This one tonight should be a lot of fun and a lot at stake. Bishop number 2 in the CIF Northwest Division. As you look at Tom Crawford there in his 13th season, they are 5-0. They're averaging over 43 points per game, and they are just drilling people in the first half of games. Last week was the lone exception against a San Diego section power, Santa Fe Christian. Cardinals were trailing for the first time all season, 8-7, before getting the winning touchdown by Jack Gregson. Carpinteria, they come in hot as well. They've won 4 straight. After an 0-2 start, they played 2 tough opponents to open the season, losing to Templeton in the first game by only 7, losing to South Torrance by 8. But after that, they have turned it on. Wins over Napomo, Santa Ynez, and Santa Clara, all 3 on the road. And last week, their first shutout win of the year and their first home win as they beat Fillmore here 27-0. Both teams like to run. Jeff, Carpinteria maybe a little more balanced. What are some of the keys to the game tonight in your estimation?
I think you started off on the right foot right there, John, with Carpinteria. They have a balanced attack with 3 running backs who carry the ball well, get out in the open field. They really accelerate off the ball. On the Bishop Dago side, you know, they got the running back, they got the receivers. They're well balanced as well. But I think that their defense is going to be what's going to really be the key for them tonight. They really need to step up, and to this point, they've done a really good job, as their record shows.
You saw a quick look at Gabe Molina, the quarterback for Bishop Diego. He and Anthony Carter will share time. Carpinteria will kick off. Bishop winning last year on a rainy night at La Playa Stadium, 39-20. And the 68th Little Big Game from Carpinteria Valley Memorial Stadium is underway. A booming kick by Ian Craddock as he rips it out of the end zone. And the Cardinals will start at their 20-yard line. You see Jacob Salcido, the Cardinal return man, didn't have a chance on that one.
Yeah, Craddock really got a boot into that one. I think the adrenaline was pumping for this big rivalry game, and he kicked that thing 6 yards deep into the end zone. No chance to return that ball.
As Vin Scully might have said in a baseball game, that one was high and deep and gone.
That is
Craddock
for sure.
Ripped it. So Bishop Diego, their pitch toss offense. And on first down, they'll give to their senior tailback, Jack Gregson, who is trying to get back to 100%. I was talking with Tom Crawford, Jeff, before the ball game, and he said Jack had a great week of practice. He's feeling a lot better, and he's starting to get confidence on that right knee again.
And that's big for him. You know, he's going to be their workhorse. He's their star in the backfield. Took that pitch for a nice 7-yard gain, but, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how that knee holds up.
That's going to be critical. Bishop, of course, with a lot of skilled players. Both teams have skilled athletes, but he is one of the best. As Jeff said, the gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3. Gregson again fights forward for what appears to be a Cardinal first down. Was tackled hard by Kevin Stein, but it is a first down. Bishop at their own 31, pickup of 4.
Nice pickup by Gregson, but Stein right there in the middle wraps him up, brings him down, but not before the first down was gained. Nice run, starting off well.
Temperature at game time in the 60s. It's very mild weather. We had a nice sunny day here throughout the South Coast. Settle back and enjoy this one on award-winning Cox 8 as Anthony Carter goes around into Carpinteria territory. And Carter, the all-everything electric player for Bishop Diego, ignites the Cardinal fans on the near side of the field as he rips it down to the Carp 35.
Impressive run by Carter there. Looked like about a 35-yard gain with a quick handoff as he's running behind the center's back. Broke it off the left side and right down the field. Great run, great blocking ahead of him. Great job of waiting for his blockers out ahead.
Officially a 34-yard pickup, and Bishop early driving effectively on this Carpinteria defense. From the Warrior 35, Molina will burrow for a yard, maybe a yard and a half. Runs into a host of Warriors. Connor Kelsey, the 6-foot junior defensive back, comes up to make the hit.
Bishop came out in the same formation and did a fake of the previous play to try and fool Carpinteria, but they weren't biting and stopped them for no gain.
So Gabe Molina, his first carry of the Little Big game. 6'2", 175. He's a junior. Also plays safety for Coach Tom Crawford. Now the first pass is complete over the middle. That's Thomas Lash, the junior receiver. He also plays tight end. And a nice catch there down to the 25-yard line. Kelsey again on the stop, but it is a first down after a pickup of 9 yards.
And a nice pass from Molina to Lash. Lash, who also plays on the basketball team, is the son of Alan Lash, who is the star of the 87 team that won the CIF championship. He was a defensive end and tight end as well, so following in his dad's footsteps, I'm sure Alan's very proud.
Both rosters are littered with generational talent. Fathers, uncles, grandsons of great players in this game tonight. Ruben Garcia that time stuffs the Cardinals back for a loss of 3. They'll move it to the 27, so officially a loss of 2 on the play. We'll bring up 2nd and 12.
Garcia doing a great job bursting through that left side of the offensive line and getting in the backfield and stopping him for a 2-yard loss. Nice defensive effort there.
Opening drive of the ball game. John Martini, Jeff Zamora with you. 9 minutes to play, first quarter. And now Carter going for it all and has his man in the end zone. Touchdown, Bishop Diego. Nolan Tooley catching a perfect bullet from Carter. And the Cardinals are on the board just 3 minutes and 16 seconds into the game.
Carter with a beautiful pass. He faked the handoff and saw Tooley fade into the back corner of the end zone. Perfect spiral right on the numbers. Doesn't get much better than that. 6 points, Bishop Diego.
That's as good a pass as you'll see at any level. That was on the money. It was in stride. It had pace and touch. And the extra point is up and good. Justin Brosnan, the senior place kicker, gives the Cardinal fans who made the crosstown trip a jolt in the arm in a good way as Bishop Diego jumps out 7-0. Bishop with an early score. Cox 8 High School football is brought to you as always by our title sponsor Montecito Bank and Trust, providing safe and sound financial solutions. Also brought to you by Milpas Rental, serving our community for 60 years. Milpas Rental, equipment rental and sales. 27-yard pass. Carter to Nolan Tooley. And Bishop Diego, a team that's averaging 43.6 per game, Jeff, doesn't waste any time putting up their first 7.
They didn't waste any time at all. They're looking like they're going to be on pace. You know, impressive drive there. They mixed it up with a little bit of run, a little bit of pass. Had Carpinteria on their heels pretty much the whole time and finished it off with a nice scoring strike.
We talked about Anthony Carter on the pregame, how he can do a little bit of everything, and showed his passing skills right there. Carpinteria, Jonathan Escada running that one back out to the 24. So the Warriors will have their first crack on offense.
We'll see if they have an answer for that potent Bishop offense. See if Carpinteria can punch it in now.
Anthony Carter's second touchdown pass of the 2012 season. And for Tooley, it was his third receiving touchdown of this prep season. What a thing of beauty that was. 27 yards, a bullet on the money. And now Carpinteria with a chance on offense will start from their 24.
And number 33, Peter Ramos.
Craddock, first down, hands to Ramos.
Number 55, John Sampson.
Peter comes in 6th in the Tri-Valley League in rushing, 262. Rather interesting, tied with Cortez for the team lead, both of them with 262 yards on the ground, and Escada with 223, so a lot of balance for this Warrior team. Ramos picks up 5 yards on the first play, and before 2nd and 5 can occur, they'll lose that 5 yards right back on a procedure penalty.
Not what Carp needed right there. They want to try to get the ball moving the other way, but we'll see what Craddock can do. He's known to run and pass, has a good arm.
David Olvera split out to the near side, 2 receivers that way, and now 3 as the slot man moves over. Here comes the rush. Craddock has the ball knocked away, loose, and it is recovered by Bishop Diego. That's Troy Skinner, I believe, who comes up with the football. Yes.
Phenomenal play by Troy Skinner right there. He came off the left side untouched. Craddock didn't even see him from the blind side, and rather than tackle him, he stripped the ball and pounced on it. Great defensive awareness, and now Bishop has the ball in excellent field position on the 16-yard line.
I was going to talk about Skinner leading the Tri-Valley League in interceptions, but he gets one on a fumble recovery. And this Bishop crowd and the Bishop sidelines cannot ask for a better start. Troy Skinner comes up with it at the 16-yard line, and Bishop looking to put a serious dent on the scoreboard early as the handoff goes to Gregson, and he pounds it inside the 5-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 4, Jeff. 12 yards, and it's 1st and goal, Bishop Diego.
I'll tell you what, John, if there's any question about Gregson's knee, that right there answered all the doubters. He made 2 or 3 cuts on that, shook a couple defenders, and made a 12-yard gain. Excellent run.
Carpinteria trying to strip the ball from him as well. 1st and goal from the 4. Option play for Carter's going to keep it himself. Gets through the hole and finds the end zone. Touchdown, Bishop Diego.
Nice run by Carter off the right side. He had 3 linemen in front of him, and he just rode their backs all the way to the end zone. Didn't even get touched.
So Anthony Carter scores from 4 yards out. And Bishop Diego throwing a left cross and a right uppercut here in the first 5 minutes. Carpinteria fans on the far sideline are stunned, sitting in silence. 13-0 Bishop Diego. And Brosnan with a chance to make it 14 here. Good snap. Hold is down. The extra point is up. And it is good. Bishop Diego coming out like a house on fire here tonight in Carpinteria. 7:21 still to play in the opening quarter, and the Cardinals have bolted to a 14-0 lead.
They sure have. They sure look like that team that averages almost 44 points a game right now. I mean, at this rate, we're going to see some numbers up there we haven't seen in a while.
You're Ben Halleck right now. Jeff, what do you tell the kids to try to settle them down?
You know, control the ball, try to control the tempo, slow it down a little bit, run some time off the clock, get your ground game in check, really start pounding it. You definitely got to move the ball at this point to get some positive yardage and really get that self-confidence back.
There's a lot of time in this game.
Carpinteria
must keep their poise here in this opening quarter.
Well, I believe it was 2 years ago when we called the game here, John, and I think Bishop came out strong and Carpinteria battled back, and I think we compared it to a boxing match. One team dominated one quarter, the other team the next quarter, and it was back and forth. So, you know, even though they're up by 14, they can't be content, and Carpinteria can't be too frustrated because there's plenty of game left.
Yep, absolutely. 7:21 still. Bishop will kick off. It's a live ball. Now Carpinteria trying to get out of the end zone. Anthony Rodriguez. And not much room there as Bishop's special teams swallowed him up. Looks to be at about the 5-yard line. So a disastrous start so far for the Warriors. They turn the ball over on a fumble, let Bishop drive down without incident on their opening drive, and now we'll have to start at their 5-yard line after the ball rolled near the goal line. Let's see if Carpinteria can start a march here. They'll start from their 5. Craddock out of the shotgun. Marker comes out from the back judge as Cortez carries for about 5 around right end. You see Tom Crawford there. Picked up victory number 71 in his Bishop coaching career last week. That was a great test for Bishop Diego, Jeff, at the right time. They had breezed through their first 4 games. They were pretty much over at half, but Santa Fe Christian, a San Diego section team that has made their section title game 5 times in the last 10 years, really made Bishop play 4 quarters. Tom Crawford said that was a great tune-up for this game here tonight.
As a coach, you definitely like to see games like that. Really test the mentality and the willpower of your team, and it really showed, you know, the fortitude of Bishop and their offense and defense really stepping up on both sides of the ball in a difficult game, and they came out victorious. Great showing.
Cardinals got the winning score with just 41 seconds to play. The run on the previous play wiped out by the holding call. So now Carpinteria again starting from the 5. Ramos again pushes it out 5 yards. Ball at the 10-yard line as you look at the Carpinteria bench. They're stunned at this point as Bishop Diego has started strong, and that's an understatement. They are throwing some haymakers here in the first quarter.
They started fast and just put the foot on the pedal and went a little faster.
Brings up 3rd and a long 5 for the Warriors.
Just over 6 minutes to play, opening quarter. 14-0 Bishop Diego. 3rd down and about 6 here for Carpinteria. Craddock, play fake. Now rolling, and he is tripped up at about the 12-yard line. Justin Brosnan, the senior, who is playing on both sides of the ball, makes another fabulous play for the Cardinals. Boy, Brosnan has had an outstanding year. He's blocked 3 field goals and 2 punts already in 5 weeks.
Craddock rolling out to his left, trying to find anybody open downfield, but Bishop's defense was just too tough down there and able to get him behind the line of scrimmage.
So Brosnan gets a sack. Carpinteria will have to kick it away. Xavier De Alba kicks it to the Carpinteria 46-yard line. DJ Murillo returning it and out of bounds on the Carp side of the 50-yard line, but there is a flag sitting at the Carpinteria yard line.
Penalty block in the back against the Cardinals.
You see Bishop marching back. Illegal block in the back was called, so they'll have to march back some yards. Looks like they'll start at their own 46.
So Carpinteria finally gets a break. They'll make Bishop at least start on their side of the 50 here, following the 10-yard mark off. First penalty assessed against the Cardinals. Carpinteria with one as well on their opening series. 14-0 Bishop Diego. Cardinals back on the attack with 5:14 to play here in the opening quarter. Great to have you with us on award-winning Cox 8 as we kick off our 21st season of exciting high school action. And Jack Gregson, as we said, has played in only 3 games prior to tonight, but he looked sharp here in the early going.
Yeah, Molina with a quick pitch to Gregson for a 13-yard gain, untouched to the sideline. Carpinteria is definitely going to need to get some pressure on the backfield. They can't have that happen all night.
You're pretty good at math, too. You've been practicing over the summer.
It's all my years riding your coattails there, John. Working with the best.
13 on the gain is correct.
I got the best seat in the house. I'm between John Martney and Pookie Gibbons over here, man. Golden over here.
You're too kind.
Carter hands off to Gregson.
My checks keep clearing, too, so keep the compliments coming.
Duncan Gordon.
Great to be back with Carl, Jeff, all the crew, Brock Hoffman.
No gain on the play, second and 10.
Producer-director for Cox 8.
Nice treat before the game. We got to watch JV game, and Carl doing a little refereeing out there.
Yep.
Doing a great job.
I told him he should have done some of those NFL games as the replacement ref. I know he would have done a better job than the Green Bay-Seattle debacle. That's for sure.
He would have liked the paycheck, that's for sure.
Yep. No gain on that last play. And Bishop Diego not sure of their alignment. They were trying to get Carter off the field, then he had to go back on with Molina under center. So Tom Crawford is going to burn a first quarter timeout. As you look at the score and the Bishop bench. We talked about the test last week, Jeff, and I talked about how easy it was in the first few weeks. First 4 games against Santa Maria, Bishop was up 41-3 at the half. They were up 31-7 at half against Santa Ynez, 21-0 at half against Valley Christian, and 33-7 at half against Santa Clara. So, I mean, last week was a real test for them to have to play 4 quarters.
Impressive stats.
Tonight's award-winning high school football on Cox 8, brought to you by Dan Ensel, Luxury Real Estate. He's a full-time agent selling homes locally for over 23 years and has closed over $1 billion in sales. Call today. All calls are confidential. And brought to you by Keller Facial Plastic Surgery. Facial plastic surgery and advanced hair restoration specialists. 4:24 to go. The Cardinals, following the timeout, throw a strike inside the 20. BJ Murillo on the receiving end of that bullet. And Bishop Diego right now playing a flawless opening quarter.
Molina doing a good job of finding Murillo downfield, about 12 yards downfield. Nobody around him, just ran a quick curl and just sat there. Got the ball in, gained a couple yards after the catch. Nice play. Moved the chains for the Bishop Diego Cardinals.
Turns into a gain of 21 yards. And the Cardinals, right now on the fringe of the red zone, have it 1st and 10 at the Carpinteria 20. Now up the middle, Carter at the seam at the 10. Ball comes loose at the 6-yard line, and the Warriors have come up with their first break of the night.
Just what the doctor ordered right there for Carpinteria. Great job on defense, chasing the ball all the way, not giving up, able to knock the ball out from behind and pounce on it. And now Carpinteria with their first big break of the ball with their backs to the goal line. But hey, it's a turnover and they'll take it.
If Carpinteria rallies back and wins this, Marcus Hutchinson may have just made the game-saving play. Bishop already up by 2 scores. That ball comes out at the 5-yard line, and Hutchison falls on it for the fumble recovery. It's a huge play for the Warriors, and now Cortez trying to make something happen as he goes around right end. And And Cortez should be out to first down yardage. Needed the 15. And it looks like he's stopped at about the 17-yard line. Pickup of 12 and a Warrior first down.
Cortez with a nice run there. It looked like at first he was going to get stopped after about 2 or 3 yards, but did a great job of pushing off the defender and getting the extra yardage and able to move the chains.
Cortez's first carry of the night is good enough for a first down. Craddock, handoff, and then he got chopped after his handoff to Ramos. And 2 flags fly. I'm not sure if they're going to get Bishop on this or not, but Craddock took an awkward spill after he handed off the ball to Ramos. Boy, what a start. Bishop Diego coming out fired up, playing an exceptional first quarter. And you see the scoreboard right there. Warrior spirit never dies. Neither does Bishop spirit, evidently. They have come to play tonight.
Penalty, illegal chop blocks against the Cardinals.
And that is going to be the call. A chop block on the quarterback, Craddock, against Bishop Diego. So they will place the ball at the 25-yard line. An automatic first down. It's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. And Carpinteria will have a fresh set of downs.
Fresh set of downs, a little breathing room, getting away from their end zone, which I'm sure they like.
Chop block occurred at the 15-yard line, so they move it out 10 yards on Bishop's second penalty of this opening quarter. Saw a great T-shirt walking in tonight, Jeff, that kind of epitomizes this rivalry. Young lady was walking in, and her shirt on the back, I said, "Can you turn around so I can take a look at your shirt?" She said, "Sure," and it says, "My 2 favorite teams." It says 1, Bishop, and 2, whoever's playing Carp.
Nice.
That's the spirit of this rivalry.
Oh yeah, you gotta love those rivalries.
Cardinals won last year 39-20 on a rain-soaked La Playa Stadium field. Carpinteria has won the 3 previous in 2008, 9, and 10. But it's been pretty even the last 7 years. Carp with a slight 4-3 advantage in the Little Big Game as the officials still trying to sort things out. You see the Bishop cheerleaders and the Cardinal mascot. It's a wonderful atmosphere here tonight. And some terrific pictures from our award-winning Cox 8 crew as you look at Ben Halleck, 19th year as a local head coach. He just picked up his career victory number 103, Jeff, to put himself in the top 10 all-time here in Santa Barbara County.
Wow, impressive.
Following the penalty, pass nearly picked off. That was Thomas Lash. And you see him right there putting his hands on his helmet. That was 6 points if he holds on.
Sure was. There was nobody in front of him, nothing but pay dirt.
Beautiful play to knock it down. That one did have some zip on it, though, so I can't blame Lash entirely. That was more of a volleyball dig where you're just trying to bat it down. But if he holds on, there was no one there, as you said. 2nd down and 2 now
Peter Ramos on the carry for
after
the
the incomplete pass. And Ramos gets the call. Another marker comes out. So after a quick start, game has slowed just a touch here with some flags late in the first quarter. Good look at the Carpinteria cheering section on their side of the field here at this beautiful facility, Carpinteria Valley Memorial Stadium. Just a reminder, tonight's high school football game on Cox 8 is brought to you by Presto Pasta, real Italian Presto.
That last penalty there looked like a helmet-to-helmet 15-yard penalty, so good pickup for Carpinteria there, getting close to midfield.
That has been one problem for Bishop Diego, penalties. They've had several games with double-digit flags. 3 now, but their defense seems to always bail them out as Brosnan once again rips the ball away from Craddock, and Ian lucky to pounce on it at his 40-yard line.
Brosnan doing a great job of getting the sack and knocking the ball out, but as you said, Craddock able to pounce on the ball and avoid the turnover.
So a fumble on that play was stripped by Brosnan, goes for a loss of 9 as Craddock falls on it at his 40. It's 2nd and 19. Setting up a screen. Ramos, and he is blasted behind the line of scrimmage. Big hit put on there by Adrian Solis for Bishop, the junior linebacker. Really put the hurt on Ramos there.
Brings up 3rd down for the Warriors.
Nice tackle by Solis. Wasn't fooled at all by the screen. Held his ground and nice open field tackle.
This Bishop defense doing a terrific job moving the Warriors backwards. Completed pass for a loss of 2. 3rd and 21. And Craddock's pass appears to have been intercepted, and it has. Intercepted by Gabe Molina. You see the Bishop quarterback, who also plays in the secondary, gets the interception. That's his first pick of the year. And already 2 turnovers suffered by Carpinteria.
Nice interception by Molina there. Really laid out to get that. Looked like a fingertip interception, able to haul it in. Excellent ball control and turnover by Carpinteria. Bishop Diego has the ball, 45-yard line.
So Ian Craddock, just 1 of 3 early, -2 yards and an interception. Tough start for the Warrior QB.
Number 22, Jack Gregson, the ball
The
carrier.
ball back to Bishop Diego with 1:15 to play in a Cardinal quarter. Gregson on first down, picks up 6. He already has 42 yards now on 5 first quarter carries. As you see the scoreboard, 1 minute to go. Bishop with an explosive opening quarter. From the Carp 49, Tooley now slot to the far side. Gregson on 2nd and 4 is tripped up after a gain of 1, maybe 2.
Tackle made by number 32, Jaime DeRobles.
Come up to make the hit, Jaime DeRobles.
19 on the play, 3rd and 3.
He was 8th in the league in sacks with 2.5 and made a nice broken field tackle there.
He did a nice swipe at his feet and able to trip him up.
Anytime you hold Gregson to no gain, you're doing something. He has an eye-popping 13 yards per carry average coming into tonight. What could be the final play of the opening quarter is Anthony Carter, and he is going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage as well. So the Cardinals do get stuffed on this series. They'll have 4th and 4 when we get ready to start the second period of play here in Carpinteria. Outstanding start for the Cardinals. They lead it 14-0. This is award-winning high school football on Cox AM.
Hi, I'm Sarah Clark with Cox Communications. Welcome to Community Connections. This show highlights local organizations and leaders that contribute to our healthy, vibrant community.
Open the second quarter, John Martney, Jeff Zamora, Carpinteria Valley Memorial Stadium, 2 of the top 10 teams in the Northwest Division of the CIF. Bishop undefeated and ranked 2nd, leading number 7, Carpinteria 14-0. And Bishop Diego finally held in check on this series and is set to punt it away, but before the Cardinals kick it, Ben Halleck will use his first of 3 first-half timeouts. Jeff, your impressions of the opening quarter?
We started off with a bang. Bishop just ran down the field and scored within the first 3 minutes. Then they got the quick turnover. So great job there. Good job here by Carpinteria, able to hold them to a punt. We'll see what happens, see if they can take control of the ball.
Nice shot there by the guys in the truck. The spirit for Bishop Diego on a Friday night. First Friday in October. Sights and Sounds brought to you by Montecito Bank and Trust. Cox 8 High School football is brought to you by our title sponsor, Montecito Bank and Trust, a trusted financial partner to businesses of all sizes. Thanks to the great folks at Montecito Bank and Trust for being our title sponsor again this season. Cardinals set to kick it away. Carter, who has punted only 8 times this year, will punt for the first time tonight and hits a nice high whistler. It's taken by Cortez, and he is immediately dumped in his tracks. Exceptional special teams play by Jacob Salcedo. As you see him there, number 8 for Bishop Diego. Beautiful coverage.
And no sooner did he catch it, he had a split second to decide what he was going to do, and it was too late. He was already tackled. Great coverage by Salcedo and Bishop Diego special teams.
And that's a play that you can credit the coaching staff from Tom Crawford all the way down, because that was just perfect fundamentals. They surrounded Cortez and Salcedo with the hit for no gain. So Bishop up 14, again making Carpinteria try to traverse a long field. They'll start from their 16. Cortez with a solid run. Look at him going, legs churning still, and turns a 4-yard gain into perhaps an 8 or 9-yard gain. Great effort there by Cortez.
Cortez doing a nice job of just keeping his feet moving and just barreling ahead, carrying the pile with him, and he said it, a 4-yard gain turned into an 8-yard gain. Nice carry, nice run.
Cortez has carried twice for 20 yards. That's a gaudy 10 yards per. Now misdirection play on 2nd and 2. Craddock with the fake handoff to Rodriguez and turns to give to Jonathan Esqueda, the 5'8 junior. That's one thing I noticed too about this Carpinteria team, Jeff. A lot of their skill players are juniors. They're going to have an excellent team again next year.
Bright future for Carpinteria. I'm sure the coaches are happy.
Esqueda gains 1, so on 3rd and 1, they give to Ramos, who's a little bit bigger, 5'10", 208. You can see the size differential there. Ramos, a big boy, takes it up to the 30-yard line and has himself a first down. Pickup of 5 on the play. Ramos, 4 carries, 16 yards. Esqueda will go in motion, but again, marker before the start of the snap.
Penalty, dead ball, false start against the Warriors.
And once again, a false start against Carpinteria, their 2nd penalty, and both of them false starts. Yeah, I was looking through the stats as I always do, and I see Bishop winning games 54-3, and they have, 19 penalties, and I'm saying, you got to be kidding me. If they didn't have those, what would the score be?
Really? Yeah.
They are a dominant team, and so far flexing their muscle here on the road.
It's amazing you put up that amount of points and you win by that big of a margin with 19 penalties. That's unheard of.
We've had a couple of games, 12 penalties, 11.
I'm sure the coaches are in their ear about that, because when you come play tougher competition, 19 penalties, you're not going to win those games.
Absolutely right.
Really got to clean that up.
Yep. 2 yards for Esqueda, 2nd and 13. Carpinteria trying to fight their way back into this one. Pass is incomplete. Nicely thrown ball by Craddock. David Olvera, normally sure-handed. He's a top 10 receiver in the Tri-Valley League with 8 catches, but couldn't hold that one. It will bring up 3rd and 13.
And that's one that Carpinteria really needs. Olvera with the ball right in his hands and just not able to bring it in. Big drop right there. That would have been a 15-yard gain.
Craddock could have used that for his confidence as well. Again, they'll go to the air, and this time it is caught by Anthony Rodriguez. And the 4'10", 127-pound senior does haul it in for another first down. Gain of 16 yards and a Carpinteria first down.
There's a quick slant from the right side, just hit him in stride. Great pass, great run after the catch for a nice gain and able to move the chains. Just what Carpinteria needed.
Exactly, Jeff. Let's see if that gives them some momentum on this drive. Craddock, with no one to throw to, will take it himself as he tucks it under and goes behind right tackle for a short gain, 3, maybe 4. They'll spot the ball just over the 47. We'll give him 4 on the play.
Craddock looking downfield for a receiver, but nobody was open, but he seems to be getting in a nice little rhythm. Able to hit his receivers, a couple drops, but not due to bad passes, so we'll see what happens. He's looking pretty good right now.
Working out of the pistol, that's their primary offense. Craddock with the handoff to Escada, breaks free. We'll have another Carpinteria first down. As he takes it into Bishop territory, he'll be out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
First down, Warriors.
Gain of 12, and another Carpinteria first down. Warriors starting to show some life.
8:29 remaining in the
As we
half.
said earlier, you know, plenty of game to go, and as years pass, been flip-flopping quarters, so maybe this is Carpinteria's time to turn it on.
The Warriors now 1st and 10. Craddock rifles another one.
Pass complete to O'Hara.
Caught over the middle by David Olvera. There's his first catch of the night.
Tackle made by number 12, Gabe Molina.
Gabe Molina made the stop.
Gain of 6 on the play, 2nd and 4.
Play picks up 6
That's
yards,
34.
and will bring up 2nd and 4. Just under 8 minutes to play before halftime. The 68th Little Big Game between Bishop Diego and Carpinteria. Escada turns the corner as a marker comes out from the side judge, and this one might be coming back.
I think you're right, John. It looked like the receiver held the defensive back, so he couldn't get at the outside and stop the run.
Flag sitting in the vicinity of holding as Escada turned the corner. Boy, what a huge play by Marcus Hutchison. We talked about that fumble recovery when Bishop appeared to be going in for a 21-0 lead. And Carpinteria, to their credit, has fought back. This one, of course, will move them farther away from the Bishop goal line as they mark off 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Bishop 41.
Third penalty on Carpinteria. Escada will get credit for 3 yards on the run prior to the mark-off. So it will be a loss net of 7 yards. We'll bring up 2nd down and 11. Ball at the Bishop 41. Craddock again facing the rush, and he will be sacked for the 2nd time in the first half. Justin Brosnan strikes again.
Loss of 7 on the play, brings up 3rd and 17 for the Warriors.
Brosnan doing a great job trailing the play from the right side, got in between 2 blockers and able to chase down Craddock from behind and get him for the sack. Great play, great execution on the defensive line.
Loss of 6 on the play. Will bring up 3rd and 17 as the Cardinals pin their ears back. Again, rush comes. Hit as he throws Craddock, and the ball is intercepted by Christian Pearson. And Pearson takes it down the far sideline into Carpinteria territory as Bishop Diego has their 3rd turnover takeaway of the night.
There you see Christian Pearson running off the field. What's especially impressive about that, if you notice, he has a cast on his left hand. So it's really hard for him to catch the ball as it is, but for him to haul that in and then take it the other way. But credit Brosnan on that interception. He was right in Craddock's face. Craddock had to throw it as he was backpedaling, and Pearson picked it off. And there you see the club on his right hand. He has some ligament damage in his right thumb.
Christian Pearson, averaging 9 tackles per game, gets his first interception of the season. He has had a terrific all-around year. He's 2nd in tackles in the Tri-Valley League with 48. He's 5th in sacks with 3. He has a couple of nice plays already tonight and adds an interception right there.
3rd
3rd turnover for Carpinteria. And Jeff, that was a similarity between the two teams. Both came in plus category in turnovers. Carpinteria came in plus 12 in 6 games. Bishop plus 9 in 5 games. So roughly plus 2 per game. But right now, Carpinteria with 3 turnovers as Gregson from the Carp 42 fights his way close to a first down.
And on the play at 6 yards. 2nd and 4 at the Carpinteria.
That will be a gain of 6 on the play.
Nice run by Gregson there.
Ball at the 32-yard line. Second down and 5 as we approach the midway point of the second quarter. Bishop 14, Carpinteria nothing. Now another sweep to the Cardinal back. That's Aiden Williams, another talented runner. And Williams rips off a big gain here as he is run out of bounds at the 10-yard line. A gain of 22 on Aiden Williams' first touch.
Williams taking the pitch there and just an outstanding vision, following his blockers out front. Didn't even get touched till he was 20 yards downfield. He got tripped up from behind, short of the goal line. Nice run.
Williams is 11th in the Tri-Valley League, Jeff. They have 5 of the top 12 rushers in the league, does Bishop Diego. You talk about weapons. It's Williams again going near side. A marker comes out as Williams is knocked out of bounds at about the 2-yard line, but the question is, will it count? A marker draped at the Carpinteria 10.
See some Bishop Diego helmets hung low. That usually is not a good sign.
Look at Williams there trying to repair his gear. Aiden, a junior, 6 feet, 190. Besides fullback, also plays both on the defensive line and in the defensive backfield. Well, we've seen that through the years. These players play everywhere during the course of a night on these two teams.
Right. Got some tremendous athletes that play on both sides of the ball and just doing play after play after play. It's impressive. Oh, to have that energy, John, huh?
Yep.
We used to have it at one time.
Oh, to be 17 again. Block in the back on the Cardinals. Pushes it back to the 20. Anthony Carter now under center as he and Molina alternate for the most part throughout the game. Just one more way it's difficult to slow this Cardinal team down. You have to plan for 2 quarterbacks with 2 different styles.
Yeah, it must be real tough for the Bishop Diego coaching staff to decide which quarterback do I want to put in this play. Star number 1 or star number 2, because they're both having great games.
Carter picks up 8 there. Second down and 12. Remember, it is a goal-to-go situation, so 2nd and goal from the 12. This is Gregson. Jack fights inside the 10 and is a little slow in getting up. Paul Cortez, along with Derek Shirley Moore, on the stop, and Gregson again holding his right knee. Oh my goodness, that is not a good sign for the Cardinal faithful.
Injured Cardinal on the field.
That's the knee that he partially tore in week 2. Missed games 3 and 4. Luckily for Bishop, they had a bye as well, Jeff. So even though he missed 3 weeks, he only missed 2 games. Let's take a quick break. You're watching The Little Big Game on award-winning Cox 8.
Backbeat, a show highlighting people that make a difference using music in our very own community.
Jack Gregson going off with some assistance, now trying to walk it off under his own power. as we rejoin live action. 3rd and goal from the 8. Molina at the 10, eludes one Warrior, gets to the pylon. Is he in? Yes! Touchdown, Bishop Diego, as Gabe Molina tight ropes the sideline and just gets inside the right pylon. And the Cardinals extend their lead here in Carpinteria to 20-0.
Nice athletic play there by Molina. Faked the handoff, rolled out to the right, little pump fake to throw the defender off, and then took it to the pylon. Nice run.
4 minutes, 42 seconds left before the half. And the number 2 ranked team in the Northwest Division taking it to the number 7 ranked team. The extra point by Brosnan is low as he whistles one underneath the upright, and no good. That's about the only thing that's gone wrong for the Cardinals so far, though, Jeff, in this half, as they are dominating the hosts here so far.
Yeah, the key for Bishop tonight so far, other than moving the ball, is the turnovers. They're getting key turnovers off Carpinteria at key times and being able to move the ball and score. Doing a great job. 20 points to this point. We're not even at halftime, averaging, again, almost 44 points a game. They're well on their way to their average.
Bishop Diego came in with 23 rushing touchdowns in 5 games, so that's over 4 rushing scores per game. They have 2 more so far in this opening half. Carter, the run from 4 yards, and now Molina, who picks up his first rushing touchdown of the season, as you called, a nifty 8-yard run to get to the pylon.
Yeah, the way he took that one to the house, it definitely did look like his first rushing touchdown. Looked like he's done it many times, but again, a great athlete.
Sure he has in the past, but the first in 2012, Cardinals up 20-0. Warriors looking for a big play, and Cortez trying to give it to them. Still on his feet as he rumbles out to midfield. That will electrify the crowd as you see them on the far side of the field. Just what the Warriors needed, a burst of speed as they'll start at the Bishop 49. Short kick, Cortez took advantage.
Took advantage and handed the ball off and brought it around the side. And great run back, crossed midfield. Excellent field position for Carpinteria.
Let's see if the Warriors can get on the scoreboard against a team allowing only 9 points per game. They'll have great field position. Craddock again will start in the pistol from the Cardinal 49. And Craddock will hand to Ramos, who goes up the middle and runs right into Cowboy with John Sampson, the two-way starter, the junior for Bishop. 5'8", 237. Gets his 29th tackle of the season right there.
Cowboy did a good job of corralling the runner there, right up the middle. Nice stop.
Roped him in after a gain of 2. Craddock on 2nd and 8. Ball comes loose. That should be a forward pass, and ruled correctly by the officials. We'll bring up 3rd and 8. Tough start so far, though, for Ian Craddock. 3 of 8, 20 yards and 2 interceptions, and he has been hurried and harassed and roughed up here a little bit in the first half by this Cardinal pressure.
It's definitely tough to get in a rhythm when you constantly have a Cardinal defender in your face, either trying to bat the ball down or tackling you.
3rd and 8, and now a bad snap, perhaps an early snap. Craddock was not ready for it, and the ball whistles all the way inside the 35. So a disastrous half for Carpinteria. Another mistake with the communication.
And I think you called it right there, John. Craddock wasn't even looking at the center. He was looking to the left side of the field, maybe even looking over at his coaches, and the ball was snapped. Did a good job of getting back and pouncing on it so that it wasn't a turnover, but they find themselves back in bad position again.
So a big team loss there in rushing yards. Takes it all the way back to the Carp 35. And Tom Crawford now leading 20-0. We'll talk about either setting up a return or perhaps going for a block as he uses his second time out. 2 of the nicest coaches you'll ever meet. Talked to Tom before the game. One of his brothers was the former coach at Biola University. His other brother, Rob, who played college baseball on my team, was my third baseman for one of my years in college, and was the coach at San Marcos High School baseball for a couple of years. Rob, they're a great family, sports family, and Tom, one of the most likable guys, very humble. He's never looking for someone to talk about his success. He's a true teacher and a true tactician. He's always looking for a way to make the kids better and a way for them to execute the game plan better. He's a terrific teacher, as is Ben Halleck. Crawford, as I said, has his Cardinals victorious in 16 of their last 18 games. They went 11-2 last year, undefeated in the Frontier League, won their first league title since 2006, and made it all the way to the CIF semifinals last year, losing to eventual champion Sierra Canyon. And now another high snap on the 4th down play. Going back is De Alba, and they'll fall on it at the 1-yard line. Bishop Diego is going to have it on the Carpinteria doorstep. I thought perhaps they'd try to kick it out of bounds and take a safety, but Bishop, on back-to-back high snaps, will have it at the Carpinteria 1.
I think he thought about that for a second, John, but the Bishop Diego defender was there right on his heels, and if he missed it, it would be a touchdown, so he decided just to pounce on it. But, you know, another high snap over his head, unfortunately, and now they found themselves with their backs to the goal line having to defend on the 1.
So many times you'll see the punter kick it out intentionally and take the automatic safety, but Bishop right now with a golden chance to add some more points. Gregson's still out, so this will be Abel Gonzalez, the sophomore, who is their leading rusher.
By the Warrior front.
By 5 over Gregson. And Gonzalez will lose a yard.
No gain on the play, 2nd and goal.
Back to the 2-yard line. Jack Gregson leaving the game, 56 yards on 8 carries here in this opening half. 2 minutes, 48 seconds to go, second quarter. Cardinals leading 20-0 and looking for more here. It will be Gonzalez on the handoff from Molina, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Bishop Diego, as the number 2 ranked team continues to flex its muscle. That one, taking advantage of 2 high snaps, was right on the doorstep.
Gonzalez just taking a quick handoff right off the right side, just put his head down and just barreled to the end zone, picked up 2 tough yards, but a touchdown for Bishop.
That was a gift wrap touchdown if I ever saw one. Cardinals getting a 2-yard touchdown run by Abel Gonzalez. That is his 8th rushing touchdown of the year. And now the Cardinals leading 26-0. We'll try to get that last extra point back here as they go for 2. And the pitch out to Gonzalez, and he is stopped short of the goal line. So the Cardinals score again. They increase their lead to 26-0. As you look at the scoreboard, 2:37 to go. And Carpinteria right now has to be in a state of shock. They certainly did not expect this kind of a spread, and frankly, neither did we.
You called it, John. You know, coming off a 4-game win streak, you know, coming in here with some good momentum, ranked in the top 10, home game, big rivalry game, and, you know, too many turnovers, too many drop balls, bad snaps. It's just a combination of things. I think they'll go in at halftime and recollect themselves and come out ready to go, but still plenty of time here in the first half.
Great shot of the cheerleaders there. Not only are the Bishop cheerleaders excited over the 26-0 lead, but you saw the pink pom-poms to bring awareness to Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October. This is our first of 3 regular season broadcasts this year, and we kick it off here in week 6 of the regular season. Carpinteria with their work cut out for them now as they trail 26-0. Rodriguez for Carpinteria returns it to about their 25-yard line. Well, Jeff, Carpinteria needs to think about that Chinese proverb of a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. That's the way they have to approach this. Just try to get one score, get the first score.
You said it.
And try to hold and try to score again. They got to take it methodical here.
Right.
And stay poised. They'll start from the 25. Craddock with 2:26 to go and 2 timeouts. Gives a line buck to Ramos, who pounds it out to about the 27-yard line. Thomas Lash with another stop for Bishop Diego. 6'1", 185-pound junior. Craddock, again the rush coming, fires the pass, and it's incomplete. One of the Cardinals on the sideline was hoping for a lateral, but our angle here, it was perfect to see that that was a forward pass. And we'll stop the clock with 1:59 to go before the half. Gabe Molina and Anthony Carter combined have only had to throw 3 passes in this half, Jeff. And the element of surprise is the reason they're 3 for 3.
Right.
Everything working for the Cardinals.
One of those 3 was the perfect strike in the corner of the end zone. And when you get that, you don't have to pass much, especially as good as they're running the ball.
3rd and 8. And Carpinteria will convert here as Ramos makes the catch, turns upfield, and gets to the 37-yard line.
And to me, John, that right there is big. Moving the chains with first down, going towards halftime, you want to get a little momentum. They don't necessarily have to score, but just see them move the chains a couple times. Get that positive reinforcement going.
Gain of 9 on that last play. Craddock, as he has had to do a few times in this half, running for his life, completes the pass. And that was close to being over the line of scrimmage when Craddock threw that ball. No indication, but that looked very close to being over the line.
Craddock with that little dump off here, but what he didn't see downfield was number 5 behind the free safety, wide open. Could have scored, but at least he got the be able to move the ball 8 yards.
Back-to-back completions of 9 yards. The last one to Anthony Garcia. And Craddock will try Garcia again with 1 minute to play before halftime. That gain out to the 49 will be a pickup of 4 yards. And another first down for Carpinteria. Ben Halleck will quickly burn his second timeout. That will leave each with 1 timeout remaining. So Craddock on this drive, suddenly completing his last 3 passes, 9 yards to Garcia, 9 to Ramos, and Garcia for 4 to pick up 2 first downs. What kind of momentum could this potentially give Carpinteria if they are able to score here in the final minute and at least get something on the board going to the locker room?
Oh, definitely. It'll get morale up in the locker room. They'll get their hopes up. You know, like I said earlier, I don't even think they necessarily need to score here. Just moving the chains and doing the baby steps, just getting that positive motion going, you know, towards the right way. So far, all we've seen is turnovers and lots of penalties and bad snaps, but now they're finally moving the chains, and I think that's a big step for them.
You did a great job of analysis early in the game, and you talked about the Bishop defense as perhaps being the difference in this game. They've proven you right here in the first 24 minutes.
They definitely have. Their defensive front line is really getting the push into their backfield. Their linebackers have a couple interceptions, fumble recoveries. I mean, they're doing it in the front line, in the backfield, you know, everywhere. They're doing a great job.
Craddock at 6'1" has had a Cardinal in his face the entire half. Tries a slant pass on the far side of the field intended for Alvera, but goes incomplete. Stops the clock with 56.4 seconds to play. That was Craddock's 13th pass of the half, and you would expect that from a team that's trailing. Contrasting, as I said, Bishop just 3 passes here in the first half. 2nd and 10. Cortez in motion. Once again, the rush by the Cardinals, and they've got it again. I think that's Brosnan, who not only wanted the sack, dove for the ball. You talk about a ball magnet. Justin Brosnan is having a whale of a first half.
Brosnan definitely has a nose for the ball this evening, able to race him down from behind, trip him up. Again, great tackle.
His second sack of the half, third for the Cardinals. This one a loss of 5 as the clock continues to run. It's 3rd and 15, inside of a half minute to play. And the pass broken up, intended for Anthony Rodriguez. That will stop the clock with 18 seconds to go. And it's 4th and 15. The Cardinals, if they could hold here, would perhaps have one chance or two to throw the ball 20 yards a couple of times and try to get another score. So we'll see what Carp does here. They should kick it away. That's what I would do on their side of the 50. And Ben Halleck is going to do just that. This is the right play. If you don't make it, you're still leaving time on the clock.
Right.
In Carpinteria territory. So De Alba, one of the captains for Carpinteria, also their offensive tackle, defensive tackle, and punter is set to boom it away. He'll have to kick it 5 yards further back on a 5-yard delay of game penalty. You see Anthony Carter waiting, adjusting his wristbands and face mask. He's standing at the 22-yard line waiting for De Alba's punt. Good snap this time. A high wobbly kick that will hit at the Bishop 35-yard line, take a short Carpinteria roll, and will be down there at the 33 by Anthony Graham, but only 7.2 seconds to play before the half. And Tom Crawford, I'm sure, will be satisfied with a knee here and going to the locker room with a lead I'm sure he didn't expect to have, 26 points over their arch rivals.
A pleasant surprise for Coach Crawford and the Bishop Diego Cardinals, up 26-0.
This Cardinal team is good as advertised so far in this half. They've had a couple of conversion flubs. That's been about it. As they will go to the victory formation to end the half. Molina will take the loss of a yard. And the Bishop Diego fans on the near side of the field are up and roaring here at Carpinteria Valley Memorial Stadium. Their undefeated and second-ranked team has done nothing to dispel that lofty ranking. The Cardinals with a near flawless first half in front of the Cox 8 cameras on a Friday night, leading the 68th Little Big Game here in Carpinteria by a score of 26-0. Let's take a timeout. Cardinals flying high. We'll see if the Warriors can battle back in the second half. You're enjoying the 68th Little Big Game right here on award-winning Cox 8.
Hi, I'm Sarah Clark with Cox Communications. Welcome to Community Connection. This show highlights local organizations and leaders that contribute to our healthy, vibrant community.
This Little Big Game on rebroadcasts of Bishop Diego and Carpinteria starting Saturday, October 6th through October 19th. All the airings on Saturday and Sunday at 2 p.m. and Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30. It's just like your college syllabus all over again. Saturday and Sundays on the weekends at 2 p.m. and your Monday, Wednesday, Friday class assignment is at 7:30 p.m. all on award-winning Cox 8. So, Jeff, we're going to have 10 airings of each of our rival games this year. Right now, the Cardinal fans are joyous at that statement, and the Carpinteria fans not so much. As we open the second half, we're honoring the 1987 Carpinteria CIF champion team at halftime team led by Coley Candell that went 14-0 and won the CIF title. Maybe those veteran players, the alumni, can spark this Carpinteria team here in the second half. They're going to need something to dig into this 26-0 deficit.
Well, they definitely started off on the right foot here in the second half. Nice return, get the ball up to the 42. Decent field position for Carpinteria.
I'll duck in some halftime stats when we can, but for right now, we'll stick with the action as we open the second half from scrimmage. Pocket Hercules, Anthony Rodriguez, all 4'10", 127 pounds in motion, but a flag will halt his progress. Warriors will pick up their 5th penalty of the game and start back 5 yards farther. Boy, they have just not been in sync all night.
Now every time they find themselves in decent field position, they get the flags going and just start backpedaling.
Cortez in motion. Craddock on the first play from scrimmage. Hands to Peter Ramos on a line buck. And Ramos with a sizable gain as he pounds it out to the 44-yard line. Gain of 7 on Ramos' 7th carry of this little big game. So 2nd down and 8. Bishop scoring 2 touchdowns in each of the first 2 quarters. As Cortez from the 44-yard line will take it out to midfield. That will go for a gain of 6. Runs into Bishop's Isaac Salcido, but it is good enough for a Warrior first down and some signs of life as they push the ball out to midfield. So Cortez, 26 yards on the ground. Ramos with 27. Cardinals showing blitz, 4-man front. It's a little pitch toss to Ramos, who's had some room to run up the middle. And he takes it to the Bishop 40-yard line. That's going to be another Warrior first down on a pickup of 10 yards.
Yeah, nice little fake handoff to Rodriguez and the pitch to Ramos right up the middle for a nice little gain. And Carpinteria doing a good job of moving the chains and back-to-back possessions here. Just what they needed.
They hope the Cardinals are a bit complacent, perhaps, with the big lead, as they will hand off once again. Craddock to Cortez. 10:30 to go, still in the 3rd quarter. Bishop Diego with a comfortable lead at this point, 26-0.
2nd and 7 Warriors.
Ramos with a gain of 3 on the play will bring up 2nd and 7. Again, operating out of the pistol formation. And hands once more to his up back Ramos as Peter hurdles his way inside the 35-yard line.
Brings up 3rd and 4 for the Warriors.
We'll call it a gain of 3 for Ramos. It will bring up a 3rd and a short 4 for the Warriors. They trail it 26-0. Key play here, Craddock, another line buck.
To the Bishop 31.
And Ramos will get short yardage, Jeff, but appears to be short of the first down.
Yeah, Ramos with 3 carries in a row there, but unfortunately comes up short of the first down. Carpinteria choosing to go with a no huddle, trying to get the tempo going up on their side.
So Ramos picks up 2 yards. They'll call it 4th and 2 here. Ball at the Bishop 31. Carpinteria is going for it. Rodriguez in motion. Play fake, pitch toss. Craddock to Ramos, who has the first down, breaks the tackle at the 25, and keeps working toward the Bishop goal line as he churns another 3 yards before finally having progress stopped at the 22. Nice play call. Cardinals with a pretty good surge again, but the Warriors had the right play call. And Ramos gains 9 on 4th and 2. So now the ball at the 22. Cortez misdirection, makes a cut at the 15, and will be close to a 1st and goal situation as Paul Cortez runs into Anthony Carter, but not before a pickup of 12 yards.
Cortez with a nice run up the middle. For a minute, I thought that ref was going to tackle him, get out of the way. Carter was able to get him down, but poor ref found himself right in the middle of the action.
Carpinteria looking sharp on this drive, trying to make this game a tale of 2 halves. The Cardinal defense says we want nothing of the sort as they try to hold here on 1st and goal. Hand off inside to Cortez.
Second and goal.
And again, nothing fancy. Right up the middle for a gain of 5. 8 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Warriors desperately looking for their first score of the night. They'll try Cortez again up the middle. Carpinteria trying to hammer in the center of that Bishop defensive front.
Cortez to the Bishop 3.
Carpinteria just choosing to pound away, run after run after run. And then they'll slip in the quick pitch on the inside, get a good gain, and now they find Bishop with their backs to the goal line, and Carpinteria doing a great job of moving the chains. Big play for him here, 3rd and 3 on the 3-yard line.
Cortez picking up 2 there, so it is 3rd and goal from the 3. And the up back is Ramos, and the Cardinals not fooled at all. They sniff it out and drop them in their tracks. Big Joe Salcido, the junior lineman, 6'5", 265, was joined by Nolan Tooley, one of the top tacklers in the Tri-Valley League, and a loss of 2 for Ramos. So Carpinteria now poised to go for it on 4th and goal. Tom Crawford wants to talk it over. So before 4th and 5, it will be Montecito Bank and Trust. Exciting award-winning Cox 8 high school football brought to you by our title sponsor, Montecito Bank and Trust, helping individuals and families along their paths to prosperity. Tonight's Little Big Game is also brought to you in part by Milpas Rental. Serving our community for 60 years, Milpas Rental. So you look at the Cardinal sideline. Tom Crawford, who doesn't miss a trick, was probably wondering if Carp was just going to try to get some points on the board. And when they came out in a go-for-it formation, he uses his first time out. Wants to make sure every piece is in its proper place.
Great call there for the timeout, and big play here for Carpinteria. This is a momentum switch right here. They score, it's great for them. If they stop them, it's a big pickup for Bishop.
Cheetah pattern for the Warriors, 4 receivers, 2 on each side. The 4th and goal play is caught for a touchdown, Carpinteria. David Olvera in the left corner of the end zone pulls it in, and the Warrior fans for the first time tonight have something to cheer as the Warriors are on the board with 7:10 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
A really nice looking pass by Craddock. Found his receiver right there at the corner of the end zone, just threw a nice strike, able to haul it in and drag his feet. Great catch.
Ian Craddock to attempt the PAT.
And Craddock, who just threw the touchdown pass, will try to make it 26-7 out of the hold of Paul Cortez. Good snap and a high booming kick. Splits the uprights and heads into the night sky here at Carpinteria Valley Memorial Stadium. Don't turn that dial just yet, as the Warriors are on the board here at home. It's now 26-7 Cardinals. You like that pass by Craddock there in a clutch situation, 4th and goal.
That's a big play right there. Nice strike to the corner. Receiver able to haul it in. Huge play for Carpinteria.
Ian Craddock picking up his 8th touchdown pass of the 2012 season. And for Olvera, that is his 4th receiving touchdown. So Carpinteria on the scoreboard. That's the first score they needed. Now they're going to look for either a turnover or a stop.
It was just like we talked about at halftime, John. It was baby steps. They came out. They had a penalty right off the bat, but then they just started moving the chains, play after play, building up that confidence. And at the end, they called the pass play and struck right to the end. And great job moving the chains.
So Bishop Diego, who led 14-0 after 1. Carter, 27 yards to Nolan Tooley. Then after a Troy Skinner fumble recovery, Anthony Carter scored from 4 yards out. Bishop getting 2 more touchdowns in the second quarter. Gabe Molina an 8-yard run. Abel Gonzalez a 2-yard run. made it 26-0 at the half, and now Carpinteria has answered at least once in this game on the pass from Craddock to Olvera. Cardinals will take the kickoff. Decent kick. And Salcido, the 5'9 senior running back and wideout, takes it out close to the 25-yard line. They'll spot the ball in between the hash marks. So Bishop Diego, leading by 19, will have it at the 25. Well, the Bishop Cardinals defense now has to be a little bit taken aback at that Carpinteria drive. They had things pretty well in hand with a solid drive by the Warriors.
Yeah, definitely. First half they were able to keep them in check, but second half they came out first drive and scored, so we'll see how they bounce back next time on the field.
Gabe Molina, the quarterback, with the handoff to Aiden Williams. He runs right into Anthony Garcia, the 5'9 senior linebacker. Williams, who has carried just twice now. This one for 5 yards. His first touch was 22, if you recall, in the opening half. This Bishop team that's averaging over 330 rushing yards per game. Now a fumbled snap. Carter trying to fall on it and will do so. Oh, that could have been a game changer as well. That ball was on the turf, and Carter, luckily for Cardinal fans, was able to scoop it up and fall on it back near his 15. That one could have been a disaster for Bishop.
3rd and 18 at the Bishop 17.
Yeah, Carter bobbling the ball there, tried to bring it in, wasn't able to get a control of it, and ended up just plopping on it. Great job by him just to pounce on the ball, avoid a turnover.
So a loss of 13 on the play. Cardinals looking at 3rd and 18 now. And before the Bishop quarterback can get the snap, another whistle. This one, a false start on Bishop Diego. Both teams now, Jeff, with 5 penalties in this little big game. Bishop 5 for 50 yards, Carpinteria 5 penalties for 30 yards. 3rd and 23, golden chance for the Warriors to get the ball back. Trailing by 19, Molina fires over the middle, and was the pass caught? A sliding receiver, Troy Skinner, and they are going to say catch, I believe, out to the 26-yard line. That will pick up 14 yards, but still leave Bishop about 9 yards shy of the first down marker. First catch of the night for Troy Skinner. Well, that was a difficult catch. I thought they might rule that hitting the ground, but Troy got his arms under it evidently, as his back was blocking his arms on our angle. But a fine catch by a guy who we know has great hands. Carpinteria
His knee was down.
coming in for the block, and the official is going to say that Carter's knee was down. You got it right, Jeff. And the roar of the Warriors across the way lets you know it's going to be Carpinteria ball.
Big swing right there. Carter tried to field that hike, which was low, and by scooping the ball up, he put his right knee down. And of course, in high school, the ball's dead right there where your knee's down.
High school and college both. You don't have to be touched.
Right.
So the ball at the 15-yard line. A big Cardinal mistake there. And Carpinteria will have it at the 15-yard line. And once again, flags on the field with 5:26 to play. Well, Carpinteria in some ways has been their own worst enemy. They get the ball at the 15 and promptly lose 5 yards. Another false start.
That's how they started off their last drive, but of course it ended in a score, so maybe just try going 5 back and then 50 forward.
So the Warriors still in the red zone. They'll start from the Bishop 20. This is Jonathan Escada, the 8th leading rusher in the league. 223 yards coming in, a 5'8 junior. And Escada with 5:15 to play in the third quarter. is stopped for a gain of about 5 yards. Jonathan, 4 carries for 23 yards as Anthony Rodriguez goes in motion. Craddock will hand off to Ramos, and a big hit put on that time by Adrian Solis, the junior linebacker for Bishop Diego. Boy, they have some players that love to hit, don't they?
They sure do. Ramos was hit immediately as soon as he got to the line, had nowhere to go on that carry.
John Sampson also was involved on the stop, the 5'8", 237-pound defensive lineman. So it brings up 3rd and 7 here from the 12-yard line. Craddock, with nowhere to go, will be sacked for the 4th time tonight. Nolan Tooley comes through from his defensive end outside linebacker spot and drops the Carpinteria quarterback. Another huge play by the Birds of Prey defense. Loss of 7. 4th sack for the Bishop defense tonight.
So here we'll see Craddock, the quarterback, also the kicker, going for a field goal. Be a 35-yarder.
35-yard field goal from the far hash mark. And the kick by Craddock is up, and it is good. So Carpinteria trying to battle back despite the sack. Jeff picks up 3 points. And with 3:35 to go in the 3rd quarter, the Warriors have the only points here in this 3rd quarter as they trim 10 off the halftime lead of the Cardinals.
I'll tell you, that was an impressive field goal right there. 35 yards. The ball went at least 10 yards past the goalpost. I don't know if you noticed during the point after, but he really boomed that thing. Kid's got quite a leg.
Just a reminder, tonight's Little Big Game brought to you in part by Dan Ensel, Luxury Real Estate. Full-time agent selling homes locally for over 23 years, and he's closed over $1 billion in sales. Call today. All calls are confidential. Also brought to you in part by Keller Facial Plastic Surgery, facial plastic surgery and advanced hair restoration specialist. Thanks to all our great sponsors this year as we are teeing it up for the first time in 2012. John Martney, Jeff Zamora, 21st year of bringing you the high school games on award-winning Cox 8. Bishop Diego leading by 16, and this return will get their fans up as B.J. Murillo busts one out to the 40-yard line. Murillo ran a kickoff back 55 yards against Santa Ynez, and he busted one 75 yards against Santa Clara. They have 6 kickoff returns this year, over 40 yards to the Cardinals. They're a big play team, and we just saw another one there, courtesy of the junior, B.J. Murillo.
It's always nice to have an explosive special teams unit like that. Murillo with a great example right there, just breaking up the middle. Not many blockers in front of him, but just finding the gaps. His open field vision was amazing. Great return.
If you have talent like this, a coach like Tom Crawford's going to want to keep coaching. I mean, it is a pleasure to be able to coach so many talented kids. Ben Halleck as well. We're seeing so many great young athletes in this ball game tonight.
And as we said earlier, young athletes playing on both sides of the ball. It seems like they don't get tired, you know, play after play, whether it's on offense, defense, special teams. These kids just keep bouncing back. It's very impressive.
Cardinals with a short gain there on first down. A pickup of 2 by Abel Gonzalez will make it 2nd and 8. Gonzalez comes to the sidelines. 2:50 to go, 3rd quarter. Cardinals ranked 2nd in the Northwest Division, undefeated at 5-0, leading number 7 Carpinteria, who comes in with a mark of 4-2 on the year by a score of 26-10.
Brosnan taking the handoff off the left side there, tiptoeing down the sideline. Just short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and about 3.5.
Yeah, I was going to say Brosnan getting his first touch on offense tonight. You said he was a strong candidate perhaps for player of the game at halftime with his 2 sacks and Bishop pitching a shutout. Brosnan right there, his first carry of the night for 5 yards. will bring up 3rd and 3 from the Bishop 47. Molina, quarterback under center, hands to Abel Gonzalez, and it looks like the sophomore has a first down as he puts the ball in Carpinteria territory. Just the 4th carry of the night for Abel Gonzalez for 7 yards, but a big gain there to move the chains.
Big game and big, nice patience. Waited for his blocks to get there and saw the opening and bursted through it and able to get enough yardage for the first down.
How important has he been in the absence of Jack Gregson? Gonzalez 161 yards in the game against Valley Christian. The next week he rushed for 100. So 2 games. Tom Crawford says, look, our ace in the hole, our senior Gregson, hurts his MCL. Sophomore, I need you to get in there. And he responds with 261 yards in back-to-back games. That's pretty incredible for a sophomore to just step up in the varsity level and perform like Gonzalez has.
That is very impressive.
And he leads the Cardinals in rushing entering play tonight. He had a touchdown in that Valley Christian game, 23 carries for 161. And as I said, the next week he gained 100 yards and scored 3 touchdowns in the game, Jeff. 2 rushing touchdowns and a receiving touchdown, and picked up the 100 yards on only 8 carries. This Bishop team averaging over 10 yards a rush. I mean, that's unheard of.
That is unheard of, but that's also shows you why they don't pass much. Yeah. First half, they had, 3 passes, 1 for a touchdown. Well, you don't need to pass when you get 10 yards of carry.
Yep. It's the, if you can't stop us, why should we stop doing what we're doing? Exactly. Attitude. Anthony Carter will carry here from the 49-yard line. We'll give Anthony a yard.
2nd and 9 at the Carpinteria 48.
Inside of 2 minutes, as you see Carter check out and Molina back in. Bishop Diego employing the 2-quarterback system. It's not easy to do, but they have made it successful so far here in 2012.
Yeah, not easy to do at all, but it works well for them.
Down to the final 90 seconds of the 3rd quarter. Pass from Molina is caught. That's Nunzio Bellotti, a junior receiver, who makes his first varsity catch. Got called up tonight, Jeff, for the varsity game. This is his first career varsity start. That was his first varsity catch right there.
You gotta like that, big rivalry. First catch, just got called up from JV to varsity. Nice little 12-yard gain. The memories. Yeah, he'll never forget that one.
So Bellotti with a big catch to the 35-yard line. Now a quick pitch toss. Aiden Williams inside the 20, dragging 3 Warriors with him close to the 10-yard line. And the Bishop fans love that effort as they are standing on the near sidelines. 25 yards for Aiden Williams.
You hear the Bishop Diego fans go wild for Williams' run because it was on this side of the field right in front of them. They could just see him. Not only was it an impressive run, but he was carrying about 3 or 4 defenders with him at the end of that run, and legs kept moving and he kept gaining yards. Impressive run.
Cardinals just hammering away with the ground game. They'll go back to Abel Gonzalez. And Abel on 1st and goal. As we approach the final minute here of the 3rd quarter, Abel Gonzalez, along with Gregson, both with 7 rushing touchdowns entering play tonight. And Abel had the 2-yard run for his 8th of the season. And right now, Bishop trying to extend a 16-point lead. 2nd and goal from the 6. Another pitch toss. Gonzalez, and he is stopped in his tracks right at the line of scrimmage. Nice surge there by the Carp defensive line, leading the way. Anthony Garcia along with Duncan Gordon, who leads the Tri-Valley League in sacks with 5. He'll have to come up with another stop for no gain or a loss here as Bishop Diego will go to the fourth quarter, leading 26-10, and they will have the ball, 3rd and goal from the Carpinteria 6. As you look at the crowd on this Friday night, the Bishop fans enjoying this one. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this. This is award-winning high school football, the Little Big Game, right here on award-winning Cox 8.
Backbeat, a show highlighting people that make a difference using music in our very own community.
We open the fourth quarter. John Martin, Jeff Zamora, 68th Little Big Game, 3rd and goal from the 6. Anthony Carter is going to take it himself, and Carter is into the end zone. Touchdown, Bishop Diego. Carter finds a seam and finds the end zone for the 2nd time tonight.
Carter doing a great job of sitting back in the pocket, looking for a receiver to get open. Carpinteria playing outstanding defense in the secondary. Carter took advantage of it and ran it right up the middle, untouched, dove into the end zone for a touchdown. Headsy play by the quarterback.
Anthony Carter has scored twice via the run and has thrown a touchdown pass. Extra point is blocked. Brosnan hesitated after the snap. Didn't have his timing right. I think he was waiting for the hold to come down and may either have started his stride too early and or the holder had trouble with it. And as a result, Brosnan unable to get his footing situated and kicked it right into 3 Warriors.
I think you're right, John. It looked like the ball slipped out of his hands, so he wasn't able to get it set. It kind of threw off his rhythm, so he's kind of double pumped.
Tonight's Little Big Game from Carpinteria Valley Memorial Stadium, brought to you by our title sponsor, Montecito Bank and Trust, delivering flexible financial solutions. Also brought to you in part by Milpas Rental, serving our community for 60 years. Milpas Rental, equipment rental and sales. Bishop Diego averaging 43.6 per game. They've got 32 on the board, and they've missed 3 conversions tonight. So in a perfect world, they'd have 35 points. But right now, they'll take it. A 22-point lead in the league opener. Keep that in mind. Bishop, who was in the Frontier League for about 4 years, now back in the Tri-Valley League. So this is the league opener. A short kick by Brosnan will be taken by Carpinteria's Peter Ramos. Fair catch. And Carpinteria, Jeff, will start with pretty good field position at the 38.
Ramos with a heady play right there. You know, usually you don't see people fair catch that, but it's a really smart play because you can't touch him. Ball's in the air. Great job by Ramos. And Carpinteria, great field position, 38-yard line. Now we'll see if they can move the ball.
You were talking about that kick by Craddock, and I wanted to duck that in. Ian is now 4 of 6 in field goals this year. And in fact, Jeff, that 35-yard field goal is his longest this year. Previous long was 33. So Carpinteria now, starting from the 38, will give the ball to Ramos. Marker comes out at the end of the run, which stops the clock with 11:46 to go. Well, right now, Jeff, it's a 3-score game, 22-point margin.
Personal foul, helmet-to-helmet contact.
And this is going to help Carpinteria. A helmet-to-helmet personal foul is going to be assessed at the end of the run. So a 7-yard gain for Peter Ramos and a 15-yard mark-off against Bishop Diego. They'll put the ball at the Cardinal 39. So a 22-yard play with the penalty. And just like that, the Warriors are on the Bishop side of the 50. Craddock trailing, will go to the air, fires a pass, complete to the tight end, Duncan Gordon. And the 6'1 junior hauls it in, tackled by Anthony Carter, but not before a gain of 11 and a Carpinteria first down.
And here's where Carpinteria's offense starts clicking. They go in with a no huddle, just moving the ball. Run, pass, keeping Bishop on their heels. Kind of a guessing game right now. Great call by the Carpinteria coaching staff.
Carpinteria needs some quick scores. They would need basically 2 touchdowns with 2-point conversions. That would take care of 16. Then a third touchdown and an extra point would give them a 1-point lead. So they need 3 touchdowns to have a chance in this one. So they need to try to score quick. Cortez running on that play for a yard. Makes it 2nd and 9. Now Craddock fakes to Cortez and will take it himself from the Bishop 27 down to the 21. They'll spot it on the far side hash mark. Gain of 6 on the play. That is the longest run of the night for Craddock, who has been sacked and dropped behind the line of scrimmage repeatedly here in this little big game. He has not had breathing room much at all tonight.
He hasn't, but I think this no-huddle offense is starting to wear down the front defensive line of Bishop, and they're looking a little tired. Craddock taking advantage of it, seeing openings and taking off. Yeah, it's only 6 yards, but it's a good game.
And it's keeping Bishop from being able to switch personnel as well. The no huddle, quick to the line, keep them on their heels.
Right.
It has been very effective.
Yeah, it's difficult for Bishop to get the right personnel out there on D if they don't have time to get them in and out.
Craddock fires there to Escada for 9 yards. And the drive continues from the 21 down to the 12. Now Rodriguez will go in motion, gets the fake. It'll be a handoff inside. The misdirection draw to Escada. And Jonathan is tripped up by Nolan Tooley after a gain of 1 yard. .9:35 to go, 4th quarter. Carpinteria trying to dig themselves back from a 26-point deficit. Trailing now 32-10 as Craddock's pass fired out of the end zone, incomplete. Looked like Luis Cisneros was the intended receiver on the far side of the field. First time we've seen the 5'10 senior. Craddock with his 18th pass attempt, but only 4th in this half. So they have been moving it more effectively on the ground. Key play here, 3rd and 9 at the Bishop 11. Forward pass, that should be an incomplete pass. It was a forward pitch toss. Bishop at first thought it was a loose ball, but a forward pass will bring up 4th and 9. And field goals aren't going to help you right now. They've got to go to the end zone.
Definitely. Yeah, not very much time left. They have to go for this one. Tried the shuttle pass on the inside. Unfortunately, was able to haul it in. If he would have, he had some daylight ahead of him. It was a great call, but unfortunately, he couldn't bring the ball in.
Carpinteria Jeff can still get a first down at the 2-yard line. The ball is at the 11. It is 4th and 9. Craddock again with one back in to block. Sends 4 receivers in the pattern from the Bishop 11. And now a marker comes out before the snap. Do we have an offside or do we have another illegal shift? It's an offside encroachment against Bishop. So that moves the ball down to the 6-yard line. And turns 4th and 9 into 4th and 4. So that helps the Warriors substantially, but they still need to pick up 4 here. Craddock to the end zone, and the pass is caught for a touchdown. Carpinteria. Jonathan Escada against double coverage in the back left of the end zone. Somehow comes down with it, and Carpinteria will have a chance to cut Right now a 16-point deficit by 1 or 2.
Esqueda doing a great job of hauling in that pass in the middle of traffic. Looked like he's surrounded by at least 2 defenders. Great catch and even nice pass by the quarterback.
So Jonathan Esqueda gets 2 receptions on this drive. The last one from 6 yards out on 4th and 4. And Carpinteria is going to go for the 2-point conversion. Craddock, a play fake to Ramos, but he is stopped short of the goal line. And the 2-point conversion fails with 9:12 to go here in the 4th quarter. Carpinteria scores on a 6-yard pass from Craddock to Esqueda. But the 2-point conversion fails. And Carpinteria answers the Bishop touchdown in early 4th quarter by Carter to once again make it a 16-point game. Well, they would need 2 touchdowns with 2-point conversions to tie this up. And there's still plenty of time.
There is plenty of time, but Carpinteria really needs their defense to step up and get some stops here so they get an opportunity to get the ball back with some time on the clock.
Second touchdown pass of the night for Ian Craddock. That's his 9th TD of the year. And for Esqueda, that is his 2nd receiving touchdown of the year. 9:12, Jeff. Doesn't seem like a lot of time if Bishop is able to run the ball, but if they get a quick turnover, then you suddenly feel like you've got all the time in the world. Carpinteria just needs something quick to happen in their favor.
Exactly.
32-16, and the ball looked like it was going out of bounds. Jacob Salcido for Bishop was dangerously close to touching that in play.
Bishop Diego 9 will be 1st and 10.
And I believe Salcido did touch it. So the ball was not out of bounds. It was actually touched by Salcido and knocked out of bounds. So Bishop Diego will have to start at the 9-yard line.
That's a big break for Carpinteria.
This is where they're going to look to try to strip the ball, perhaps, on a short field and get that quick score.
Yeah, because now you have Bishop with their backs to the goal line where possibly the ball could have gone out of bounds and Bishop would have had good field position to the out-of-bounds kick.
So Gabe Molina entering the huddle. He's 4 of 4 passing tonight. He's been perfect, 58 yards. Carter has thrown only once. That was the touchdown pass. Bishop starts from their 9, leading 32-16.
Tackle made by number 68, Xavier D'Alba.
Carpinteria with all 3 of their timeouts remaining.
2nd and 5.
Bishop Diego is down to 1 timeout as the Cardinals gain 5 on 1st down, and you see Molina come to the sidelines as Carter enters. Gabe, a steadying influence on this Cardinal team, 5th in the Tri-Valley League in passing with 362 yards. We've already seen his exploits at safety tonight, picking off that first half pass for Bishop Diego. And once again, another flag. And is it going to be a Cardinal timeout? It is. They want to save the penalty, but Bishop is out of timeouts with 8:29 to go. So we'll see if that plays into this little big game equation as the final quarter wears on. Tom Crawford, who has had a few good seasons, 11-3 in 2007, as he took his team to the East Valley CIF championship game. Runners-up the year before. They were 11-3 that year, Jeff. Last year, 11-2, and won the Frontier League championship, their first league title since 2006. And now back in the Tri-Valley League. It feels right to have Bishop and Carpinteria in the same league again. That was not a good decision.
Right, I agree. It's kind of weird not seeing them in the same division. You look at standings and just not seeing them there is like, really?
That's what made last year's game so different. Both teams had already wrapped up playoff spots and different leagues, and it was a non-league game the final week of the year. Here goes Carter. slips a tackle at the 40. Still on his feet. One Warrior, now two trying to catch him, but Carter's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Bishop Diego. There is a marker at the 15-yard line as the Cardinals in unison put their palms skyward as if to say, what are you throwing a flag? And the officials talking it over.
Illegal block in the back against Bishop Diego.
It will wipe out the touchdown, but the Cardinals will still have the ball deep in Carpinteria territory.
You hear the boo birds over here at Bishop, but you got to wonder, on the Bishop side, it's so far away from the play, he's about to score, why would you even touch the defender?
Well, those Cardinal fans are truly boo birds. Very unhappy with that call. We'll see where they mark it eventually. The ball was at the 14, and it is now back at the 25.
Poor Anthony Carter at the end of that run.
Penalty. That means a 71-yard run will be credited for Carter, who is, I think, stamping his way into the player of the game right now with his performance. He has done it all tonight. That puts him at 105 rushing yards on 7 carries. He's scored twice, he's thrown for a touchdown, and nearly had his 3rd rushing touchdown right there.
Abel Gonzalez, tackle by
First
number
down
55,
play.
Garrett Shirley Moore.
Is a handoff to Abel Gonzalez,
2nd and 11.
and Abel loses a yard as he was dropped by Carpinteria's fine defensive lineman, Derek Shirley Moore. He's one of the captains for Carpinteria, along with Xavier De Alba and Paul Cortez. Loss of a yard, but what a huge play there by Carter. Just when Carpinteria had some momentum. This is Brosnan, like a bull in a china shop, fighting for every yard. Justin Brosnan refusing to go down. What a run.
Run out of bounds for number 80, Thompson.
And the Bishop fans applaud the effort as you see their sidelines.
And just when we talk about Carter going for player of the game, here comes Mr. Brosnan coming back. He was defensively earlier, and now with that run, just powering it down. Didn't even come down at the end of that run. Kept his feet going and stood up the whole time, even when he ran out of bounds. Great run.
He picked up 20 yards, and all 20 were on him. He took the Cardinals for a ride on that play, or I should say the Warriors, for a gain of 20 yards. Now it will be Aiden Williams trying to add some frosting on the cake, and he is into the end zone as he dives in for the touchdown. Bishop Diego.
Aiden Williams taking the ball off the right side and just ran between 2 of his blockers and dove into the end zone for 6 points. Nice little run by Williams.
The big red machine named Bishop Diego flexing their muscle tonight in the little big game. Nothing little about this performance by the Cardinals, as once again Brosnan will attempt the extra point, gets a good snap and hold, and kicks it through the uprights. Nunzio Bellotti, the holder, and Brosnan makes it 39-16 in favor of the Cardinals. So Aiden Williams gets into the scoring act here in this little big game, a 6-yard run. But the key play, that 71-yard run by Anthony Carter. Carter tonight, a 27-yard pass that was a bullet to Thule. He has a 4-yard run. He has a 6-yard run and a non-touchdown 71-yard run. And he's only thrown 1 pass. That was the first
touchdown.
one of the game.
Nice stat line.
Very nice.
1 for 1 for 26 yards and a touchdown. A couple running touchdowns, 71-yard run. He's still ready to go. Back on defense.
And Carter caught one of Molina's passes for 27 yards as well. He has 1 reception for
Kicking off for the
27
Cardinals,
yards,
number 9.
7 rushes for
Justin Brogdon
105.
back to receive for the Warriors, number 5, Anthony Rodriguez.
It's got to be demoralizing a little bit, Jeff, for Carpinteria because they keep fighting back, but Bishop just has an answer for every Carpinteria score. They're just like a high tide that just keeps rolling in. They never let you let up. Ball is loose, and it will be a muff. It's a muff kick. And Carpinteria will have it at the 27-yard line.
Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to stay with us at the end of the
Bishop
game.
Diego
for
thought they had a
the
fumble there, but it looked like the
tonight.
tackle, the ground caused the fumble.
Goes to the most valuable player of the game.
So Carpinteria retains possession. 7:13 to go. 39-16 Cardinals. Bishop Diego looking for their second consecutive victory in this series. Carpinteria all time with a big advantage. But a win tonight by Bishop would make it 4 games apiece in the last 8 years, Jeff. So it certainly became a more competitive series. First with Norris Fletcher coming in to Bishop in the late 80s and early 90s. And of course now with Tom Crawford. This has really turned into a great rivalry between these two schools.
Yeah, they really battle it out. You know, last year was a great game. Although I prefer this year's game much better because it's not raining and windy like last year.
Carpinteria won the first 14 games in this series that started in 1946. Bishop's first win was in 1960. But as I said, as Bishop has grown, the school, not so much in enrollment, but just bringing in better athletes, talent, and it's become a lot closer now the last several years. We're down to 6:50 to go. 3rd and 9 for Carpinteria. They trail by 23. They've gotten within 2 scores, but that's as close as they've been. Rush comes again, and Craddock is hit as he throws by, guess who? Justin Brosnan, who has been all over the field tonight. 19th in the league in tackles, 2nd in sacks, and he's public enemy number 1 for Ian Craddock tonight.
Craddock has seen a lot of Mr. Brosnan in the backfield, unfortunately for him.
He's seen a lot more than he wants to see, that's for sure. But you look at Craddock there, ever the competitor, still fighting, pulling up his socks, adjusting his helmet, directing traffic. Carpinteria with a 4th and 9 will send De Alba out to kick it away with 6.5 minutes to play in the 4th quarter, and a safe fair catch called by DJ Murillo at his 36-yard line. Cardinals in control, 39-16, and will go back on the attack. What has impressed you the most tonight about this Bishop team? It's probably hard to just pinpoint one thing.
It really is. I think it's all facets of the game. Offense, defense, special teams, they're doing it all. You know, you can't really find a fault. You know, offensively, the running game's clicking, 10 yards a carry. The passing game, 3 for 3 in the first half for a touchdown. Hard to stop a team like that. And defensively, they're getting turnovers. They're being a lot of pressure up front, putting pressure on the quarterback. Craddock has got defenders in his face left and right, sacks, fumbles. You know, they're just doing it all really well tonight. They're clicking on all cylinders, that's for sure.
Total yardage in the opening half was 182 to 32 in favor of Bishop.
Run out of bounds by Kevin
And
Stein.
I think Carpinteria maybe has made that a little bit closer, but the dominance has been evident from the
Gain
outset.
of a yard, 2nd and 9 at the 38.
Gonzalez, who has not had to carry the load, but certainly did in Gregson's absence those 2 weeks. Able tonight, 8 carries for 11 yards, more of a decoy in this one. Gregson had 56 yards before departing. Carter has 105 and Williams has 52 as the Cardinals' ground game continues to pound on this Carpinteria defense. We're down to 5:40 to play. As you look at Anthony Carter there, just a junior, 5'10", 170. He's in the top 6 in 3 categories: scoring, passing. He was 6th coming in, rushing 5th, and 5th in scoring. So he really is a multi-talented athlete.
It's great to have a threat like that in the backfield. He can do it all.
Gain of 4 on the last play, brings up 3rd and 5. Molina gets away from one Warrior, now sticks out his hand and takes a shot on the far side of the field, very close to a first down, and it depends on the spot. They're going to say he's short by a couple of yards. He stepped out of bounds, shy of the marker. They'll rule him out at the 43-yard line. So a pickup of 4 for the Cardinal quarterback. And it brings up 4th down and about 3 for Bishop. Tom Crawford will make the prudent move here and kick it away.
Anthony Carter back to punt.
His defense hasn't given up 16 points. Season average 9.2. Carter hits an end-over-end boomer that hits at the 28 of Carpinteria and takes a very kind Cardinal roll. The ball will be down at about the 12-yard line with 4:54 to play here in the 4th quarter. And Carpinteria once again will try to traverse a long field. Bishop Diego's attention to detail in just about everything is a true credit to the coaches. Tom Crawford, Ralph Molina, the defensive coordinator, Matt Caprito, the wide receiver and special teams coach, John Hazelton and Mike Carey, who handle the offensive and defensive line, Steve Robles, the running back linebacker coach, Larry Orzua, a former Cardinal great defensive line, and of course Aaron Skinner, who was a 2007 grad on that championship finalist team, who's also helping out with the running backs and linebackers. Craddock on 1st and 10, officially from his 11-yard line is where they spotted the ball. Runs into Adrian Solis after a pickup of about 8 yards. Carpinteria's coaching staff: Ben Halleck, the head man, offensive coordinator Henry Gonzalez, defensive coordinator Rick Candell, assistant coach Van Latham, as Craddock fires and fires short, incomplete. He had Anthony Rodriguez at the 35 and skipped it about 2 yards short. 4:18 to go. You look at the scoreboard, Bishop is out of timeouts. Right now, that doesn't matter as they lead comfortably 39-16. 3rd and 2 here. Craddock out of the pistol. Will hand off. This time Cortez tries the right side of his line.
First down, Warriors.
And will pick up a first down. Paul needed the 23-yard line and takes it out to the 26.
Big pickup and first down for Carpinteria, but at this point they're going to really need to start airing it out with a little under 4 minutes to go in the game in the 4th quarter. Really got to start picking up the pace here.
Yeah, they're down by 23 points, that 3-score thing again. But Bishop not backing down one bit as Aiden Williams registers the 5th Cardinal sack of the night. That's one other thing we haven't mentioned, Jeff. Both teams came in ranked 1 and 2 in sacks. Carpinteria with 16 overall. Bishop Diego with 14 and a half, the top 2 best sack teams in the Tri-Valley League. And Bishop has won that battle tonight.
Bishop definitely has won that battle tonight.
Now a little screen pass to Ramos. And Ramos gallops from the 16-yard line out near the 40. They're going to mark it at the 38, it would appear, a pickup of 22 yards.
You see Craddock slow to get off the turf there. Took another hit in the backfield. It's like he's
yeah,
aching a little
he has been nailed, but to his credit, he keeps getting up. What a competitor.
Yeah, That's for sure.
3 minutes to play in the 68th Little Big game. Bishop looking for their second consecutive win in the series. Despite losing quarterback Nolan Tisdale from a year ago and running back Brandon Gonzalez and wide receiver Sam Kwok, some quality athletes, this Bishop team is right now 2 minutes and 40 seconds away from a 6-0 start after an 11-2 season last year. So they are not taking a step backwards one bit.
Cortez across midfield.
Cortez from the 42 on 2nd and 7 will have a Carpinteria first down as he takes it down to the Bishop 48-yard line.
Bishop 48.
It's a pickup of 10 yards. Paul Cortez starting to get some decent numbers, 62 yards on 9 carries, but that will be lost tonight. And the Bishop defense, as the Birds of Prey strike again, the talons are out, and Craddock is dropped yet again.
Skinner doing a great job of coming around the left side, putting the pressure on, forced the quarterback to step up, and then Englehart was right there to complete the sack.
6th sack of the night. This one a loss of 5. Bishop unrelenting in their pressure, continuing to pin their ears back. Pass from Craddock to Olvera is incomplete. And David, who has 2 catches tonight, has also had 2 whistled through his hands, incomplete.
Yeah, another good opportunity for David to haul that one in. Unfortunately not able to, bobbled off his hands. Fortunately for Carpinteria, the defenders weren't able to pick it out of the air, but there was good opportunity for Bishop for a possible takeaway.
So we're down to 1:29 to play, 89 seconds remain. 3rd and 15, ball at the Carpinteria 47. Craddock again, out of the pistol, fires, and it's caught by Olvera. He took a shot from Jacob Salcido and holds on. Beautiful catch and a beautiful throw by Craddock.
Beautiful catch by number 8 and a beautiful tackle by number 8. Don't see that very often.
Pick up of 14 yards on that play. It puts Craddock over the 100-yard mark at 107. And a great catch by Olvera. Leaves Carpinteria a yard shy, but they will go for it, obviously. And again, flags on both sides of the line of scrimmage.
Finally, dead ball encroachment against Bishop Diego. Bring up 1st and 10, Carpinteria.
Next week, Bishop Diego will return to La Playa Stadium to host Santa Paula, which will be a good opportunity for a 7-0 start. Carpinteria will play Nordhoff at Nordhoff. Or is that a home game? That's going to be at Carpinteria. But Nordhoff right now is the number 1 ranked team in the Northwest Division at 6-0. Bishop Diego comes in number 2. Carpinteria is ranked 7th. And Oak Park is ranked 9th in the Northwest Division. So some quality teams representing the Tri-Valley League, 4 of the top 10.
It's a great representation of Tri-Valley League right there.
2nd and 10, final minute. Carpinteria still looking for one last score, one taste of the end zone.
24, 1st and 10,
But Bishop Diego has been thoroughly dominant tonight and in control of the game. They did so early, didn't they, Jeff?
They did.
2 touchdowns in the first 4 minutes and 39 seconds, and they never looked back. Craddock continuing to add to his numbers as we're down to 30 seconds.
Timeout, Carpinteria.
We'll try to have an interview on the field after the game if we can. Talk to the player of the game, the player of the game trophies, etc. As a timeout taken here by Carpinteria. And this is impressive too, Jeff. Warriors are down by 23, but there's no quit in their team. Ben Halleck won't allow it. He's trying to get another touchdown and work on a late game situation. Even if they're going to lose, it might come back to help them in the 2-minute drill later on in the season.
Exactly. No matter what you're coaching, you know, at this stage in the game, whether it's a win or a loss, there's always an opportunity to teach these kids, and that's a great point, John.
Bishop and Carp, the 68th Little Big Game, brought to you by Presto Pasta, real Italian Presto. We'll have the big game coming up next in 2 weeks on October 19th. Jeff and I will venture to venerable Peabody Stadium. We'll have San Marcos at Santa Barbara. And what I believe is the 53rd big game. This is the 68th Little Big Game tonight. And then 2 weeks after that, we'll have what could be a classic game, Santa Barbara at Dos Pueblos. That's going to be an outstanding matchup on November 2nd. I can't wait for that one.
2 tough teams. Again, it'll be a great game to watch.
And Santa Barbara right now is 5-1 despite losing Cherokee Cunningham to injury. And Dos Pueblos right behind them at 4-2. And both losses to quality opponents. Lompoc and last week's opponent, rock solid as well. So neither team is a slouch.
No, by any means. Dos Pueblos really hung with Lompoc on their one loss. Up to the fourth quarter, like 7 minutes left. I think they're only down by like 6 or 7. And Santa Barbara, you know, their offense, high-powered, able to move the ball even without Cherokee Cunningham. So it'll be an exciting game.
I think the other game was Sunny Hills, if I recall, that Dos Pueblos lost. But you're right, Lompoc is what, 24 straight wins, something like that?
Yeah.
Defending division champions. 2nd and 8 here for Craddock in the waning seconds. And isn't that appropriate? Bishop Diego will put the coup de grace on a terrific defensive performance with their 7th sack of the night. How appropriate is that for the Cardinals' birds of prey defense?
That was the cherry on top for the defense right there. Another sack to add to their list.
So Bishop Diego, with just 5 seconds remaining, and you look at the Cardinal team, they look in pretty good shape. Anthony Lopez, John Sampson, Ricky Herrera. I don't see much fatigue on that defensive unit. They are well conditioned. I know it's easier to always play with a lead, but they have looked pretty fresh for most of the night. And you see the Cardinal fans waving for our Cox 8 cameras. They're going to have a fun trip across town back home on this first Friday night of October. Certainly hope you're enjoying the broadcast. John Martney, Jeff Zamora. What could be the final play of the Little Big Game here. 2nd and 8. Craddock into the end zone. His receiver is knocked down. Olvera working on Salcido, and a marker comes out. It wouldn't have been the final play anyway. There's still 1.7 seconds. But of course, a game or a half cannot end on a defensive penalty. But we'll still have time with 1.7 on the clock regardless. This one will move it closer to the Bishop goal line if assessed against the Cardinals. Olvera and Salcido. David, 6 feet tall. Jacob Salcido, 5'9". And this one is against the Cardinals. So they'll move it to the 9-yard line. Jeff, I've got Anthony Carter, I think, as the player of the game. He's had a wonderful night in a lot of categories. I'd give Brosnan a razor-thin close second.
Yeah, definitely a close race here.
What will be the final play of the game is going to be a Carpinteria touchdown as Craddock finds Ramos at the final gun to make the score 39-22. And they'll have to attempt the conversion before this game becomes official. So Ian Craddock with his second
And that's the final play of the game, our final
touchdown pass of the half, and his third touchdown of the game, and they won't have to do the extra point. After all, they're going to call it as time expires, and Bishop Diego will celebrate for the second consecutive year in this rivalry. Last year, Jeff, in the rain, it was 39-20 Bishop Diego. Tonight, under clear skies in Carpinteria, almost an identical score as Bishop wins 39-22. You see the players shaking hands at the center of the field, the defense sign in your foreground. That was part of the story tonight. The Bishop defense with 7 sacks, Anthony Carter with a breakout game, and Bishop wins it to go to 6-0 on the season. Final score 39-22. Let's take a timeout. Bishop wins the Little Big Game for the second consecutive year. You're enjoying award-winning high school football right here on Cox 8.
Hi, I'm Sarah Clark with Cox Communications. Welcome to Community Connections. This show highlights local organizations and leaders that contribute to our healthy, vibrant community.
John Martney on the field post-game as the Bishop Diego Cardinals knock off Carpinteria for the second consecutive season in the 68th Little Big Game tonight here in Carpinteria. Last year in the rain at La Playa Stadium, it was 39-20. Tonight the Cardinals win 39-22, and we're here with the player of the game, Anthony Carter, who had 105 yards rushing on 7 carries. He scored 2 rushing touchdowns, threw a touchdown pass, and also caught 1 pass for 27 yards. Anthony, congratulations on a great performance, and we've got some hardware to give you, and we'll ask you some questions in just a moment. First, I'm going to bring in Ben Scott, former Carpinteria great, 99 grad, was a terrific wide receiver and a track star here at Carpinteria. And Ben right now is the vice president of the lending division with Montecito Bank and Trust. Ben, great to see you. It's great to see you back in Santa Barbara. Talk about what Montecito Bank and Trust does for the community and why it's so important for you to be involved in the player of the game.
Well, we're located here on the Central Coast. We employ people that live and work in this community, that send kids to the schools in this community. We're very much a part of this community, and it's great to be here. We're very proud to be a sponsor of tonight's game, and as sponsor of tonight's game, we're pleased to present the Player of the Game award to you, Anthony, for great performance and a job well done. Congratulations.
Come on in here, Anthony. Nice job. And Ben was a great athlete himself, Anthony. You're getting it from one of the best. He had a great pair of hands. He ran like a gazelle, played football and ran track in college. One of the great athletes. And I know, Ben, I know it's hard for you to give this trophy to a Cardinal, perhaps, being a Carp grad, but you appreciate a guy that's got multi-talent, and what a game Anthony had tonight.
He had a great game indeed. Congratulations.
Thank you. Anthony, I'll hold that for you just for a moment. This is the GI Forum player of the game as well, and the Montecito Bank and Trust player of the game. Once you win a prize, it's yours to keep, and you'll probably have some more honors coming up Monday at the round table. Talk about the left cross and the right uppercut. You guys struck twice very quickly in the first 3 minutes or 4 minutes and 39 seconds, I believe. You were up 14-0. That was a big knockout punch early, especially going on the road in this kind of emotional rivalry game. How important was it to get off to that big start?
It was really important. We wanted to come out hard and set a statement. Our offensive linemen made great plays, and we just finished it up.
That was a thing of beauty, your 27-yard touchdown pass. It was a sharp spiral. You threw it in stride. You threw it on the money. What was your thoughts after you threw that pass?
I had butterflies, you know. I don't get very many passing plays, so it was good to have a passing touchdown.
Then you came back with a 4-yard rushing score to make it 14-0 early. You guys were in control the whole night. I thought one of the key plays was your touchdown to open the second half as well, to extend your lead to 33-7 or something like that. You guys were in control all night. put up a lot of points on the scoreboard, but it was also your defense. You had 7 sacks tonight of Ian Craddock. Justin Brosnan was huge. Talk about his performance.
Justin Brosnan really stepped it up. He got after that quarterback, beat the lineman right off the ball, and just got to the quarterback quick.
How about the offensive line tonight? You guys average over 330 yards rushing and over 10 yards a carry. It's almost unheard of. How important has your offensive line been here to the 6-0 start?
They're very important. I love those guys. Offensive line, they're the ones that make all the plays for me. And our running backs and receivers, they give us all the protection we need to score and drive down the field.
You share quarterback duties with Gabe Molina. You guys are in and out almost every play. Is that something that you've learned to deal with? Is it hard to do the 2 quarterback system?
At first it was a little challenging, but the more we did it, the more we got more comfortable with it, and it works out pretty well because teams don't know what to prepare for and they don't know what to expect.
So you're 6-0 now, Anthony, and next week you've got Santa Paula, a great chance to go 7-0. You guys were 11-2 last year. You went all the way to the CIF semifinals. The way you guys look tonight, I think you should have nothing less as a goal than CIF champions. You guys, in my opinion, are that good to go all the way. What are your thoughts on that?
That's definitely a goal of all of us. We think we're a really good team, just like last year, if not better, and we're just trying to get there.
Anthony Carter, a 27-yard touchdown pass. He also caught a 27-yard pass from Gabe Molina, rushed 105 yards on 7 carries and 2 rushing touchdowns. Can you catch one more thing tonight? You're going to have this one back. Anthony Carter, the player of the game. Tremendous performance tonight as Bishop Diego, the number 2 ranked team in the Northwest Division. They were ranked number 1 for 3 weeks, and despite not losing, dropped to number 2. Bishop, you can bet, is going to go back to number 1 sometime this year as the Cardinals are flying high tonight. They go to 6-0 on the season, and Anthony Carter, the main reason why tonight, along with a suffocating defense, as Bishop Diego wins it here in Carpinteria, 39-22. That's going to do it from the field tonight. We'll see you in 2 weeks from Peabody Stadium as the Royals go to Santa Barbara to take on the Dons in the 53rd big game. Tonight, though, the Cardinals win the 68th edition of the Little Big Game. Final score, 39-22, Bishop Diego. That's going to do it from the field. John Martney saying good night from Carpinteria.